Hold up, I am on my way. I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean. Yeah, let's go outside. We can hang out on the beach without freezing. Yeah, isn't that amazing? In Christmas times.
Okay, welcome to day 5 of Vlogmas. I was gonna say Advent. I'm gonna open up my Advents first, and then I'm gonna take a walk down to the post office because I need some stamps. So let's see. Today is day 5. I wonder if I'm not supposed to pull them completely out of here and I'm supposed to just peek at the flavor. Glasses. Isn't it a shame when you get to the point where you can't read anything without your glasses on? This is caffeine free, thankfully. Apple, cinnamon, rose hips, cocoa nibs, hibiscus, toasted almond flavor, natural creme brulee flavoring. That sounds delicious. So I'll be trying this afternoon for sure. I can smell it right through the packaging. Next up is, this is Paula's gift. Her Advent number 5. And I told you, Paula's is only going to be going up to 12 because we did the Happy Mailer swap and it was a 12 days of Christmas instead of 24, 25. So, yeah. Oh my goodness. Paula, you're spoiling me. And I don't have these and I'm so happy. Thank you so much. These are amazing. Look at, oh my gosh, they're so good. These will be so great for the holiday cards that I plan on making, hopefully. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much. And we didn't even look at the beautiful image. Let's see. It's a Christmas tree. Isn't it so pretty? I've been adding these to my strip of ribbon over on the wall there. Maybe I'll take a shot of that when I hang this up. Number 5 from Sherry. Again, there's that paper. It's so pretty. Oh, some more ephemera. Oh, look. That is so sweet, that little stamp. That looks like a Monet painting. $2-ounce. Beautiful. Wonder if they still have 2-ounce stamps. I'm gonna have to check into that. Because a lot of my stuff is 2 ounces. And some handmade paper bits. Beautiful. Thank you so much, Sherry. These are wonderful. Put those in the little pile. And then this is from Caroline, number 5. If I have some scissors nearby. I do not. Okay. Oh, it feels like a pen. Aw, cute. Look at those little baubles in there. Neat. Oh, it's not a pen. This is one of those cutty things. This is one of those pen knives. I don't know the correct term. I have to put a little bit more pressure on it, but you get the idea. Imagine if I was like, this pen is broken. Yay, that's so cool. That will come in handy for fussy cutting things out. Thank you, Miss Caroline. You're always thinking. It's a good one. And then finally, day 5 of the Coats & Co. Yarn Advent. Ooh, look at that. That's pretty. So here's our lineup so far. Let me see if I can put these in order. Here we go. Beautiful. All right, let's walk to the post office. It takes about 10 or 15 minutes to walk down there to the post office. It's relatively close, depending on how fast I walk. It's 31 degrees Fahrenheit, in case you're wondering. So I've got all my woolly things on and woolly boots, and I'm ready to go. So let's go. Okay, I'm back from the jaunt to the post office. I picked up a grifter. My friend up the street, Chelsea, came with me. It was a chilly walk, but not too bad. It wasn't bad at all, actually. Enjoyed it. And I got a sheet of international stamps and a book of regular stamps. And now I'm just enjoying my coffee. The tow truck is going to be here within an hour, so I'm going to just sit and wait for them to come because I got to hand off the keys and things like that. So figured I would sit down and chat about pen paling since y'all seemed interested in that. I started writing letters at the beginning of the pandemic. So when we went into lockdown, I knew that I wanted to try to keep in touch with some friends and family. So I started out by writing 3 people consistently. My friend Ray, who at the time lived in Arizona, my friend Amy, who lives in California, and my sister Frances, who lives in Connecticut. So the 3 of us wrote on a regular basis, probably at least every 2 weeks. And then I wanted to branch out, so I ended up going on Instagram one day, and I think I put in the hashtag pen pals or pen pals wanted, and I found many posts of people who wanted to try to pair people up with new pen pals. And basically it was people just commenting that they were interested in getting pen pals. If they had like certain states of places that they wanted pen pals from, they would list that, list their interests, and when, you know, going through the list, you just pick and choose the people that you think you might have a connection with. And I have had great luck with that. So I think the first person that I found on that particular post was my friend Jenny, who she was living in Utah and now she lives in New Mexico. Oh, where is she? Oh, my brain is broken. Anyway, she and I became very close, and she was like my perfect match. Also at that time, I started falling down the YouTube rabbit hole for paper crafting for pen pals. So there was a girl that I was watching on YouTube that made these little like flip books and folders using scrapbook paper. And so that rabbit hole was deep, and I'm still into that. That like started collecting all the scrapbook papers, and then that led to stickers. And as soon as you start, doing anything on YouTube about pen paling, I started seeing ads and videos for fountain pens, which led me down that rabbit hole. And now I have a 50 pen collection. So it happens hard and fast with me. I when I get into something, I like go all in. Anyway, I love fountain pens. My dad used to have a fountain pen collection when I was a kid. And I remember one in particular that he had in his collection. It was a lever filler, and I believe it had an abalone body or possibly mother of pearl. It was the most beautiful pen ever. He doesn't remember what happened to these pens, and I, was a kid, so I have no idea either. But it's sad because that is a collection that I would have loved to see in person again as a collector myself now. I've tried to show him my pens, and he doesn't really have very much interest anymore about them. He thinks all fountain pens should be lever fillers or like the vintage style. And I don't have any vintage pens. I only have modern pens because I just don't want to deal with having them refurbished and fixed a lot. So I just stick to the just the modern ones. Anyway, so then I started, I participate in a Facebook group called Happy Mailers, and that is specifically people that like to make these scrapbook paper, folder, flipbook things. And they like to include stickers and PET tape and washi tape and things like that, little gifts in their packages. So every month they do like a swap with a specific theme. So I've met several people there that I've just kept writing to on a regular basis. And then most recently I joined another Facebook group called Fountain Pen Friends. And that is more focused on fountain pen use. So we swatch inks a lot for our pen pals there. We do currently inked lists of what we've got, what we're using that month or whatever, and that has been so fun. And I've met a ton of really great people there too. And I'm so currently consistently writing to at least 25 people, I think, from all around the world. I have a pen pal in Scotland. I have a couple of pen pals in the UK, one in Canada, no, two in Canada. I've written to people in Australia. I would love a pen pal from Japan. That is like my goal. So if you know of anybody, let me know. And I would like to go to Japan someday. They have a lot of great stationery stores and pen stores there. And the pens there don't have that US markup like the pens here do. So they're a little bit cheaper. But fountain pens can be very pricey. However, fountain pens can also be very cheap. I have a few that are wonderful writers that cost me less than $5. So if you're interested in, one, pen paling me, let me know. Two, if you want to try out a fountain pen I have a couple that I can send you. I have a couple of the $3 pens that I can send you to try. And yeah, let me know. But I do a bit of journaling too, and I'll talk about that next. But I'm not a daily journaler. I don't sit and write about my plans for the day. I don't plan, first of all, ever. I don't have a planner. I have journals. It's just like where if I have something to think about or talk about, then I sit down and write. If there's a trip I went on, I like to chronicle that. And I have some specific journals that I really like for those purposes. But the pen paling kind of gets the writing part of the hobby. That's the part that I, enjoy. If I did pen paling and journaling every day, that would be a lot of writing. And I would just be writing the same thing over and over. So I like pen paling, and just depending on what I'm dealing with that day is what they get in a letter, I usually include some stickers, maybe a washi tape sample, maybe a postcard, ephemera, paper, things like that. I usually like to include those. And yeah, so I don't know. If you have specific questions, let me know, and I would be glad to answer anything you have to ask about that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to add about that. It's really a great way to connect with people, to pen pal. I usually write at least 4-page letter. Not full 8.5 by 11 paper, but take that 8.5 by 11 paper and fold it in half, and then I write on the front, the inside, the back. So it's 4 pages, in an A5 size. I could be pretty chatty, as you can see here on my channel. Hi, kitten. What are you doing? Oh, somebody's coming to visit me. So yeah, if you have questions about pen pals, let me know. If you want to look for specific pen pals, I can tell you. Facebook groups are a great option. Instagram is a great option. Just do hashtag pen pals wanted. Look up pen pal on YouTube too. There's all kinds of things on there. Videos on what to send a pen pal. There's all kinds of posts on the internet about what to write in a first letter to a pen pal. How much personal information you want to share is up to you, So I think I've gone on long enough about it, and we'll move on to the next thing. These are the journals that I'm using consistently, and I'll show you. They each have a specific function, so let me show you this one first. This case is super cool. It's Superior Labor Company, Standard and Strong. The Superior Labor Company does like stationery goods, and this has a leather zippered pouch, which I don't think I have anything in here. Nope. Sometimes I use this as a wallet as well. It's got some pockets here. This is my pen log. This is something I just started last year, I believe. And I keep my fountain pen collection in here. So basically I have them listed out in the back with numbers. And it looks like I currently have about 53 pens, give or take. I think there's some that are not listed in here. And then the numbers correlate to the pages. So this is page 1. I have the pen listed here, Moon Man M300 with a broad nib, and the color, and where I bought it, and the year I bought it. And then every time I ink it, I put what ink I've put into it. So each month I've put in, you know, these specific inks, just so I can kind of see like how those inks play with that particular pen. And it's, you know, so that's my pen log. I got that idea from Simona of Simone on YouTube. She is a great fountain pen enthusiast, does wonderful videos. This is my ink log. So this is where I keep swatches of all the inks in my collection. The way I've set this up is this page is, the left side is samples, little sample vials. The right side is full bottles. And so I've just swatched out each color. The next thing I'm going to do with my ink collection is this is my currently inked pens. I'm going to start, I don't know where I'm going to start doing this, maybe just in the middle. But I'm going to do comparison videos of like all my red inks, so I can compare them all in one layout. All my blue inks, all my green inks, that kind of thing. So that's my goal for my ink log. And by the way, these little notebooks, like this one is a traveler's notebook insert, which has Tomoe River paper in it. Tomoe River paper is a Japanese paper that is fountain pen friendly. And the fountain pen ink looks the best on this paper, in my opinion. This is also Tomoe River paper in a Yamazakura notebook. This is the artist that did this artwork on the front. But paper is very thin and extremely smooth and works great for fountain pen ink. This is my current pen pal journal. I usually keep a pen pal journal. I have for a couple of years now. And I'm kind of streamlining this process, but in the past, my pen pal journals are like this thick, because what I was doing is a little like journal entry of like who the letter came from and when it got to me. And then if they've given me like gifts or stickers or whatever in their package, I put those in there. So I stuff it with all kinds of paper and ephemera and stickers and postcards and things, so it gets pretty beefy. This is my newest. This is for 2024, although this journal starts right now this month. This happens to be a Hobonichi journal, and it's called the Hobonichi Techo Weeks. So in the front, it gives you kind of a yearly layout, and then it goes through a monthly layout. And in this layout, I use this monthly to keep track of birthdays. And then it goes into a weekly layout where you get 1 week and then a blank page for notes. So how I'm using it is I'm writing in the date and incoming mail and outgoing mail, just so I can keep track of what's coming in, what's going out, as far as pen pal mail goes. So then, like, when somebody doesn't get their letter and they come at me and say, you know, have you written me lately? I can look back at this and say, yes, on the 29th, I sent a letter out. So it kind of will help us determine if things are getting lost in the mail, because it's happened. And then this page I'm just using for the same reason, just include a stamp from their letter or a sticker they sent me. So this journal is just white on the cover, and I bought a cover on cover, which is like this clear plastic cover for it, and then this paper was a gift from my friend Teresa. Last Christmas she gave me some papers, like decorative papers, and I just cut a little piece of it, and I can change that out whenever I get bored. This is also a Hobonichi, and I did the same kind of idea with the plastic cover and the paper. This sticker is from Simona of Simone on YouTube. She has stickers and a Ko-fi. She also has a great community online on, what is it called? Oh boy, my brain, I can't think of it. This is a sticker from a friend of mine, Kathy Nichols, who's a wonderful artist. This is one of her paintings. So this Hobonichi is the Techo for 2023. This is a day free. But in the beginning, it does give you monthly layouts. I keep track of birthdays. And then it shows the month. And I can keep track of other things there. And then it's just well, let me show you a blank sheet. So this is what it looks like here. So it's got like a grid on it and some Japanese type on the bottom. So I've just been using this to journal, and sometimes I add some pictures, but it's a good place to like show ink. I just gotta keep my eye out. Tow truck. You can get an idea of like color of ink. And I use this probably a couple times a week. I write something. Try to. This is something I got in Mystic. Isn't that so cute? Pictures from Mystic. From a vacation we took last summer. This is an exhibition I went to. This also has Tomoe River paper. It's my favorite paper. So if I have a notebook that I'm writing in, generally it's going to be Tomoe River. But see how the colors just... See the sheening on that ink just shows up so well on this paper. So yeah, those are my journals that I am keeping on a regular basis. If you have any questions, let me know. I would be happy to answer any questions about that, about journaling, or about any of these companies. Hobonichi. Hobonichi does a couple of big like updates a year where they roll out new notebooks. They're very, very popular, especially the artwork that they put on the notebooks. Sometimes they're really hard to get, which is why I typically go with just a plain notebook, and then I can cover it and do whatever I want to it. I could cover it with stickers or whatever. Yeah, so there you go. Don't you love a good soup left over for lunch? It's the best. This is a chicken soup with potato and fire roasted tomatoes, onions, carrots, and celery. It is very good. It also has lemon in it. Okay, on to making. So I'm going to try to make a tulle roll. This is designed by Aruna of Buku. And this was a free pattern, by the way. And I found this on If you just Google Bloom by Buku, you can find it. Anyway, I've got all my fabric cut out. This is the exterior of it. Here's the interior pocket. Then I think this is a pocket. This is the back. And then this will be the flap. So I think I'm going to use this piece of leather as the tie. And hopefully it's long enough because that's all I got. So yeah. Let's see what's next. Hey, so look at this. Again, sorry, no process videos, but it worked out. And look what I've got in here. Ta-da! So I have my fountain pens in here. These are my currently inked. In the end here, this larger pocket fits a couple of paintbrushes perfectly. I think the idea is you use it for paintbrushes, but as a fountain pen user, why the heck not, right? And, you know, if you wanted to, you could fold this all the way down to give extra protection and then roll it. But then your strap is going to be a little bit weird. But anywho, wanted to show you that since I'm up here, I'm going to do a currently inked video. That'll be a standalone video if you want to see what I've got currently inked. In case you're not into fountain pens, but you're into other stuff. Yeah, look at this. That's not very straight line, is it? All right, but that's okay. So yeah, this is the tool, and also there's 4 pockets in the back here, larger ones. So this thing can fit a lot. There's no interfacing on it, so it can roll up pretty easily. And then I just wrap this around twice, kind of do like that. Nice, huh? Cool, right? I think it's time for tea.